Hey, Marvin Alexander here. This video is actually about telling you that you must believe in something that's impossible. You have great ideas probably once a month, depending on how much you meditate and start thinking out there. And you have bright ideas. And sometimes, if you do share them, people are like, "Are you crazy? No, that's not going to work." No, of course not. But you have to believe in yourself and believe in the impossible. Only the 1% that believe in the impossible usually are the ones that make it really high up in the scale. So the problem with humanity is, you know, they just can't believe. Um, I can believe in something, but I can't just transfer that idea to you or to my brother or to anybody I know. No, you have to be in the vibrational vicinity of that idea in order for you to start believing. And, your desire and your doubt about desire are totally different vibration. People don't know that. So, people sometimes, human beings, we think of that same thing, the desire and your doubt about desire at the same time. 30 seconds, you'll be like, "Oh, yeah, it's possible. I can do this. Oh, this is so simple. I wrote it down. Yes, I'm going to do it." And 30 seconds later, you'll be like, "No, but I didn't take into consideration this, and it's not going to be possible." And, oh, man. So that is our dilemma. And people, they usually want something that they haven't experienced before. That's the wanting. Of course, you want something that is new to you. And they usually want something that is so unusual that they don't know anyone that has accomplished it or experienced it before. Maybe on TV, but they don't know that personally. So they want it, but at the same time, they think it's not possible. And the reason they don't believe it's not possible is because we're taught that we have to see it to believe it. Now, let me explain to you two people, or two groups. Karl Benz, for example, when he started, inventing the car in his company, um, he had this amazing idea that there was carriage and horses back then, and he was going to make one without horses, and it was going to be able to drive everywhere, and it was going to be awesome. And everybody thought he was crazy, so he made his prototype, and it was unbelievable. He was all excited, and then he started practicing driving it, and he would do it at night. People thought he was insane because just as the lights would go out, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, he would go into trails and he would start driving that thing all over the place, practicing, because he didn't want to be seen during the daytime because they were going to think that he was crazy. Then the one day came when they were like, "Yes, I have it. It works. It's amazing. It's awesome." And he called out to everybody, and there was groups of people watching him, and he started functioning it, and he was moving it around, and unfortunately he lost control and he crashed it. And guess what happened? People thought he was insane. They laughed at him. They ridiculed him. They talked about him, and he was so embarrassed. But the mentality of somebody that is persistent and will accomplish things, he never gave up. And now, that same guy that invented that, we know it as Mercedes Benz, his company that's got started back then, and now we have the luxury of the Mercedes Benz cars. See, he believed, and so it became. Now the Wright brothers, similar. They lived together in the same house. They even had the same bank account. They saved their money. And they had the same goals. And, Wilbur, the main brother, he said that they even thought alike. They had the same dreams and everything. Eventually they had a business where they started selling, bicycles. And they even had their own prototypes where they would design your bike. And then they became with this vicious idea that they could fly in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. That's right. They started out with gliders, which kind of were like kites. And they would just go to a hill where nobody was, and they would start, and they would hang on to the gliders, and they would push off. And, they don't get recognition for this, but they would risk their lives. They could have died, but they were living their passion, and they believed in the impossible. Then they had a little bit of a prototype. They had like a small engine, but they couldn't get it off. And finally, success came December 17, 1903, when Orville was flying and Wilbur, his brother, was running alongside. And it took off, and he flew. Yes, I know. The story goes he only flew 120 feet. And he was only up in the air for 12 seconds. But they became crazed with this belief that OMG, you kidding me? We were up there for 12 seconds. We did it. And they knew they were onto something. They knew that they were going to make something. So now we enjoy airplanes, the luxury of flying. We can go from New York to Australia if we wanted to. It's amazing. So before you dismiss this, I want you to take the theme and embrace it. Whatever idea you have, take it with you. Take it to heart. Don't tell nobody your ideas, because you know what? You tell the first person will say, "Are you crazy? No, that's not going to work." No. Be a dreamer. Take charge. Write down your ideas and start analyzing and thinking and find a mentor and believe in the impossible, because you are awesome. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe and support my channel. Have a great day.